19 weird sexual practices from ancient times. Brace yourself for a journey through time as we dive into the bizarre and fascinating world of ancient sexual practices, from Viking Love Rituals to Ancient Incan Chastity Tests. You won't believe what our ancestors got up to. Unveiling the intricacies of ancient Egyptian sexuality. Now, our journey begins in the alluring world of ancient Egypt, where sexuality was much more than a private affair. It was an integral part of their culture and mythology. Historians reveal that the Egyptians were remarkably open about their sexual lives, with depictions of lovemaking featured prominently in their artwork. Their gods, like the playful Min, a deity of fertility, were often associated with sexual potency, while the papyrus of Turin, a not-so-hidden treasure, serves as a dedicated erotica. Tantric rituals in ancient India, the union of physical and spiritual. Moving on to the enigmatic land of ancient India, where sex was not merely about pleasure but also about spirituality. Tantric rituals, which still baffle many experts today, encompassed an approach to sexuality that was as much about the soul as the body. Tantra sought to harness sexual energy to attain spiritual enlightenment, effectively blurring the lines between the physical and the divine. Studies show that these practices were not just focused on pleasure, but were also seen as a pathway to achieve oneness with the divine, a truly unique approach to sexuality. The Greek Symposiums, crafting passion and desire. Now picture this, a vivacious gathering in ancient Greece where wine flows freely, poetry fills the air, and conversations veer towards love and desire. Welcome to the Greek Symposium, the hub of intellectual and erotic exchange. Historians tell us that these events were not just social gatherings, but platforms for exploring and expressing sexual desire. From the love between men as celebrated in Plato's Symposium to the sensuous verses of Sappho. The Symposiums were a testament to the Greeks' artful navigation of passion and desire. Roman fertility festivals, a vibrant celebration of sexuality. Next, we arrive into the heart of the Roman Empire, where sexuality was not merely indulged in, but celebrated in mass. Experts agree that the raucous Roman fertility festivals such as Lupercalia and Bacchanalia were a display of sexuality unlike any other. These celebrations embraced the carnal with open arms, echoing the belief that sexuality was a potent force of life and renewal. Imagine a city in merriment, adorned with decorations filled with laughter, music, and an unabashed knowledge of human desire. Chinese sexual alchemy, the dance of energy and intimacy. Our journey takes us to ancient China, where the intertwining of sexuality and spirituality takes a different form. The practice of sexual alchemy, a blend of Taoist philosophy and the art of lovemaking, aimed to cultivate life force energy, or qi. As studies demonstrate, this intimate dance was not solely about carnal pleasure, but about balancing yin and yang energies, promoting longevity, and harmonizing the human spirit with the cosmos. This delicate balance was the epitome of intimacy and connection in the ancient Chinese ethos. Ancient Incan Chastity Tests, the sacredness of purity. Now picture yourself journeying through the towering Andes, landing smack dab in the middle of the Incan Empire. Brace yourself as we explore a rather unusual custom, even by ancient standards, chastity tests. According to historians, the Incas placed great emphasis on virginity, going to great lengths to ensure it was preserved until marriage. Talk about keeping things under wraps. Now these tests weren't just about morality, they represented an intertwining of societal expectations, cultural norms, and religious beliefs. Who knew purity checks could be so multifaceted? Mayan sexuality, a passionate mix of power and politics. Now let's hop over to the Mayan civilization, where sexuality was an intoxicating cocktail of power, politics, and passion. Scholars reveal that the Mayans viewed sexuality as a potent force, weaving it into their social, political, and spiritual tapestry. Royals engaged in sexual rituals, many of which were performed in public to assert their authority and maintain societal order. Quite the political strategy, isn't it? And talk about performance pressure. Japanese Heian era, a symphony of love, sex, and poetry. Next up is a journey to the Japanese Heian era, where courtly love played out like a poetic symphony. Studies show that in this aristocratic society, the nobility engaged in love affairs were that as much about well-crafted poetry as they were about passion and desire. This isn't your average Netflix romance, folks. An intriguing love letter, often an exquisite poem, could ignite a torrid affair. Who knew that prose and passion made such a potent mix? Ancient Celtic sexuality, a dance of equality and liberation. Now imagine stepping into the world of the ancient Celts, where sexuality came with a unique twist of gender equality. Experts agree that Celtic women held significant power and freedom, a rarity in ancient times. They could choose their partners, engage in premarital sex, and even divorce. Talk about forward thinking. Celtic society's open-minded approach to sexuality was a testament to their belief in freedom and equality, breaking barriers one lovemaking session at a time. Sacred prostitution in ancient Mesopotamia, an intersection of sexuality and religion. Now to Mesopotamia, where the sacred and sensual intertwined in a most unusual practice, sacred prostitution. Historians tell us that the priestesses known as Ishtarritu served the goddess Ishtar by engaging in ritual sex to please the deity and ensure prosperity. Surprisingly, this wasn't seen as scandalous, but rather as a divine duty. In Mesopotamia, sexual and spiritual satisfaction were two sides of the same coin, a particular blend of religion and sexuality that even today continues to fascinate us. Viking Love Rituals, a mystical blend of fertility and prophecy. Our journey continues with the fierce and enigmatic Vikings, whose love rituals were as intriguing as their legendary tales. According to historians, Viking love rituals intricately wove together elements of fertility and prophecy. Seder, a form of Norse magic, was often used to influence love and fertility. Whether it's divine intervention or mystical manipulation, one thing's for sure, the Vikings touch matchmaking to a whole new level. So buckle up, lovebirds, it's time to learn some love spells. Sexuality in the Stone Age, the dawn of erotic art. Picture this, a time when humans first began expressing their sexuality, not just in their actions, but in their art. Welcome to the Stone Age, where the earliest records of erotic artwork came from. Experts agree that Stone Age cave paintings weren't just random scribbles, they were depictions of sexuality, fertility, and ritual practices. Think of it as a prehistoric Playboy etched in stone. Art and sex, both forms of expression coming together in such an early stage of human history, is indeed a testament to their intertwined destinies. The Kama Sutra, the timeless guide to love and sex. Our journey takes us back to ancient India, the land that gave the world the Kama Sutra, an enduring guide to love and sex. Far from just a catalogue of sexual positions, as studies suggest, the Kama Sutra was a comprehensive guide on how to live a fulfilling life, with an entire section dedicated to love, courtship, and marriage. It celebrated physical intimacy as an art to be learned, practiced, and enjoyed. Aztec sexuality, the dance of rituals and gods. Let's venture into the heart of the Aztec Empire, where sexuality, rituals, and gods dance a tantalizing tango. Historians tell us that the Aztecs had a rather complex view of sexuality, involving strict moral codes, ritual practices, and deities associated with fertility and desire. Picture the god Chi-Pili, an embodiment of art, beauty, and male sexual power. The Aztec civilization serves as a vivid reminder of how our ancestors often intertwined the sacred and the sensual in intricate ways. Biblical love poetry, the Enchanting Song of Solomon. Next on our journey, we head into the profound depths of the Bible, specifically the Song of Solomon. This is no ordinary scripture, my friends. It's an exquisite piece of ancient love poetry, vivid with erotic imagery. Scholars assert that the Song of Solomon is a celebration of sexual love, filled with passionate verses and tender exchanges. Amid the divine, we find the human, an intimate portrayal of love and longing that transcends time. Aphrodisiacs, Aphrodisiacs in the ancient world, the art of stimulating desire. Next, we saunter into the fascinating world of aphrodisiacs. The ancients were quite the connoisseurs when it came to stimulating desire. Historical texts reveal an array of substances from rare herbs to exotic animal parts, believed to enhance sexual prowess and desire. Picture the ancient Romans nibbling on oysters or the Aztecs sipping chocolate. Passionate indulgence isn't a modern invention. The quest for love, lust, and everything in between certainly led our ancestors on some intriguing culinary adventures. Ancient Hawaiian Sexuality, a tapestry of freedom and taboos. Our next stop is the enchanting island of Hawaii. Here, ancient sexuality was a complex tapestry woven with threads of freedom and taboos. Experts agree that the ancient Hawaiians had a relatively open attitude towards sexuality, balanced by strict social norms and sacred prohibitions known as kapu. It was a society where sexual freedom could flourish, but within certain boundaries. The ancient Hawaiians sure knew how to keep things interesting. Ancient Persian sexuality, the dance of pleasure and propagation. Now let's teleport to the luxurious courts of ancient Persia, where sexuality danced a beautiful waltz with pleasure and propagation. Historical texts suggest that the ancient Persians held a pragmatic view of sexuality, considering it not only as a means for procreation but also a source of joy and fulfillment. In a society that celebrated life and fertility, this sensual perspective isn't too surprising. Ancient Persia, where the pursuit of pleasure was part and parcel of everyday life. Sexuality in ancient Greek mythology, a pantheon of passion. We conclude our journey into the mythical realm of ancient Greece, where gods, heroes, and passions intertwine. Greek mythology is a wild ride with tales of lust, love, and trickery that would make even modern soap operas blush. From Zeus's numerous escapades to Aphrodite's irresistible charm, the ancient Greeks wove sexuality into the very fabric of their mythology. Talk about divine passion. Greek mythology reminds us that our fascination with love, lust, and all its complexities is as ancient as the gods themselves. And that's it for our journey through strange sexual practices from the past. Up next, unlocking the secrets of her feelings or unusual traits that women find attractive. Which piques your curiosity? Click and let's dive deeper. And remember, hit like, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe for more fascinating content.